Hey everybody, it's Brooke Waldorf. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the next installment in my Funko Pop themed tarot readings. Today's reading is themed to my favorite show, Attack on Titan, also known as Shingeki no Kyojin. It is a Japanese anime and manga series that is currently ongoing. The manga is currently in its final arc, so it will be ending soon, and the anime is going to be starting the fourth and final season in fall of 2020. I have no idea how they're going to fit everything into the final season because there's a lot, so that's going to be real interesting. I've heard rumors that there's going to be like 35 or 40 episodes, so maybe that's how they're going to do it. But anyways, today's reading is for the question, what are your greatest strengths? And I decided to go with this question because in Attack on Titan, there are so many characters with so many vastly different strengths. And they all come together and work together on the battlefield and in life to tackle issues and to push forward and kill all the Titans, because that's what we're all doing here. We're just killing Titans. Moving on, some characters have the strength of intellect, others the brute strength of physical strength on the battlefield, and may I say, godlike strength. Others have determination and will. Others have leadership qualities so they can lead other people. So we're here to find out what your greatest strengths are and how that works for you with your friend group, with your family, with your co-workers, because we all have our own strengths and we all have our own weaknesses, and we tend to search out the people that have the opposite strengths of ours. So if we have a hard time dealing with change, we generally try to find people who find the positive in change so they can help us find the positive in change. So what is it about you that attracts your friends and family and loved ones to you? Now I'm going to go ahead and put the groups up on the screen so you guys can choose whichever group you are feeling particularly drawn to. As always, timestamps will be in the description below as well as pinned in the comments. And please remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, Zello says there's no need to leave a sassy comment. And if you did enjoy this reading and you're interested in getting a private reading with me, you can head on over to my Etsy shop, which is linked in the description below. That's where I do my private readings, and I renew all my listings every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And with that all said and done, let's go ahead and get started with Group 1, Erwin. Alright, Group 1, let's go ahead and get started with you. So, the first thing I'm noticing very clearly is that you have 4 major arcana. So 4 of your 5 cards are major arcana. So these are like the really major life-shifting, life-changing energies. A lot of times it's very fated energies. So this is some big, important information, I feel like, for you guys to know. And that might be because some of you guys might be struggling right now, or you might just be in kind of a down part in your life, because it happens to all of us. We all have those down swings where we're not feeling so hot, or maybe we're not feeling so comfortable in our own skin. And so these might be really important messages for some of you guys. So, I mean, first of all, they're all beautiful messages. So I want to talk about the first 2 cards, the World and Judgment, and then we'll go into the Sun right after that as well. But these 2 are really standing out to me because the World is all about the ending of a major chapter in your life. So it's basically transformation, because when we close out a chapter to start a new one, that is transformative. And then, of course, we have Judgment here, which is also very transformative energy. So Judgment represents the sign of Scorpio, which is all about change and death and rebirth and transformation. So this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So again, I think a lot of you guys are going through a hard time right now, and a lot of you probably clicked onto this video maybe for a little bit of hope, a little bit of a bright light, haha. Actually, there's a bright light in 3 of these cards. But anyway, because I think a lot of you, like I said, are maybe going through something right now to the point where maybe you don't really think you have any strengths. And so maybe the title of this video caught your eye and you thought, like, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll hear something that'll make me feel a little bit better. So if I can do that for you, I will be very happy. So fingers crossed. But anyway, again, this is an energy of transformation and change. So first of all, if you are going through something right now, I think you're close to the end, because the world signifies the end of that chapter, and thus going back to the beginning, to the Fool energy, which is the start of a new chapter. And the thing about the world energy is it is a long process. So if you guys are trying to accomplish something and it just seems like it's taking forever, and like you are starting to have that doubt creep in and thinking it's just never going to happen, try not to let that happen, because the world energy is that kind of energy. It is that 2 steps forward, 1 step back, which is how I always say it, because it's 2 steps forward, 1 back, because you are always moving forward. You're never going backwards. But the backwards moments are for you to heal and for you to release whatever's left over that needs to be released before you can start the next chapter. So it can be very uncomfortable. It can be a long process. It can make you feel like you're going backwards, but I assure you, you're not. This is kind of like a little bit of a hero's journey for you guys, I feel like. So the first thing that I want to let you know is that you have this beautiful ability to change and transform. And I think a lot of you guys are doing that right now. And then again, like I said, this is the phoenix rising from the ashes. That is like rebirth and reawakening and, feeling very renewed and refreshed and, coming back into your own self again and your confidence. And so I really see you guys transforming. And I think that's something that you do frequently. And it might be something that you don't even realize you do. Is I don't think you are really that afraid of change. I think you're the kind of person where you see, like, I'm staring at the sun card and he's like super buff, so it's making me think of like exercise and eating healthy. Like, you're the kind of person where I feel like if you're like, oh, I've gained 20 pounds, like I should do something about it, like you do it and then you get there. And like, I just feel like you don't have a problem with change, and a lot of people do. So that is a great strength. Most people can't stand change. Most of us, we fear change on some level, and you might fear it just a tiny bit, but overall, you don't let that get in your way. Like I said, with the example of like, needing to lose, 20 pounds or something, a lot of people will make excuses, and it's not because they just want to, keep eating bad food. It's because you have to change, and change is hard, and change is scary. But again, I just feel like you guys don't have a problem with change. So then we do have that sun energy right after the judgment. So this is like, okay, we're ending a chapter, we're, reawakening, we're that phoenix rising from the ashes. And then the sun energy is just utter happiness and contentment and optimism. So I feel like you have this sense of optimism, and you may feel like you've lost some of it right now, because again, like, that happens. That's normal. We go through things, things happen, we question things, but I feel like overall you guys have a great sense of optimism to you. I think a lot of you are probably Leos. The sun card is really like blaring in my face, like Leo, Leo, Leo. Happy Leo season, happy birthday if you are a Leo. But anyway, so yes, this is having that optimism. And again, I think you just don't have a problem with change. You like to reinvent yourself. You like to better yourself. You're not the kind of person that shies away from that, because you trust in yourself. You trust in your ability to be able to follow through with things and accomplish things. So then we have the 6 of Cups and the Chariot. So the 6 of Cups, as I'm pointing to the Chariot. The Chariot is all about that divine forward motion. So this is divine timing. I always say that this is kind of like the card where I compare life to a video game, because my personal definition of divine timing is that it's all about your growth, and it's all about the lessons you go through. It's not like, oh yeah, no matter what, on October 1st, 2019, this is going to happen. Like, to me, it's not like actual dates. It's more like a video game where you have to level up. That's what it makes me feel like. Feels like you have to level up to be able to move forward. And I feel like you guys are in that process right now. I feel like you are going to be moving forward with something very exciting very soon, because again, this is all that major life-changing fated energy. And then the 6 of Cups here is your only minor arcana, and this is all about the past. This is all about nostalgia. And when we're going through a lot of change, of course, nostalgia pops up, because when we're going through major change, especially this kind of major change, doesn't it feel like time starts to move faster? Don't you start to feel like, chapters that have ended a long time ago, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I never said goodbye to that chapter, or I never mourned the loss of that, that person being in my life, or that, I never mourned like leaving high school or leaving my hometown or whatever it may be. So I really feel like you guys might be kind of feeling that right now, and that's very uncomfortable. I know that feeling very well, and it's not the best feeling. The feeling of time passing by very quickly. But I feel like you might be feeling that right now. But just know that once that's over, you're moving forward. So again, I think your greatest strength, like I said, is remaining optimistic through the hard times and remaining optimistic through massive change and being able to change, being able to do that. Because again, a lot of people fight that, tooth and nail. They don't want to change anything, but you guys are really all about, I feel like, personal growth, and that's beautiful. So then we have full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. And full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. Okay, beautiful. So again, I definitely get this feeling that some of you are doubting your strengths. I get this feeling that some of you are doubting that this moment, this chariot moment, is ever going to happen, that you're ever going to move on from the past, that you're ever going to start this next chapter, that this transformation is ever going to be done. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of doubting that. And just know, first of all, you're good enough now. So whatever it is you're trying to do or accomplish, first of all, it's going to happen, but you need to know that you're wonderful just the way you are right now. Even if what you're doing is something that, to better yourself or to get your career farther along, or like I said, if it is like a health thing or a weight loss thing or something like that, like no matter what it is, like you're good enough now. So you need to be, content and happy with yourself right now, and you'll move forward when the time is right. But I think this is a big element of when you'll be able to move forward, and the answers you need are coming. So I feel like you might be feeling stagnant. I feel like every time I say the word stagnant, I have some sort of card with like a stag on it. Anyway, you might be feeling a little bit stagnant. You might be feeling like you're just stuck in this world energy and you're never going to get to the judgment and you're never going to get to the chariot. But some sort of answers are coming, so you will be able to finish this transformation and move forward. Then we have Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back, which is very nice. Again, I feel like some of you have kind of maybe felt like you've lost your optimism a little bit in this process because it has been such a long road for you. But just know that Spirit has your back and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Because then we also have cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. This is basically the World card, pretty much. But yeah, look at that. You are definitely becoming what you want to be or who you want to be. Again, whatever aspect of your life this is regarding, like you're getting there. It's working. Maybe you don't see the results just yet, but I'm telling you, it's coming. Just keep holding on. You are masters at transformation and change. So just because this might be the hardest thing you've ever done, don't let that derail you from your optimistic personality. Because then we also have change. The changes that you're going through are positive. How nice. Okay, seriously, like I was saying, this is a positive change. This is getting you in that direction to where you want to be. You're just not there 100% yet, and that's okay. Be comfortable in the in-between. I feel like that's kind of the energy of what's going on here, because again, you guys are very optimistic people at your core. You are very transformative. You are very, again, I can't stress enough to you how many people hate change and how difficult change is for so many people. That that saying, the devil you know. It's basically saying that like you'd rather stay miserable because being happy requires work and it requires stepping out of your comfort zone and changing. And most people just choose the devil you know instead of actually being happy and actually accomplishing your dreams and actually growing. And you guys are not those people. So don't lose that optimism. I know this is a hard road, but you got this. Then we have fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, of course, that obviously makes me think of the Justice card in the Major Arcana. And Justice, along with that Chariot card, is another card of divine timing. Justice is all about like clearing your karma, leveling out the scales so that you can, level up and move forward. So, again, you're still kind of working through some stuff. You're still doing what you got to do. And keep doing that because it will pay off when you get to that right moment. All right, final card, Sailor Moon card, the Moon. You got Sailor Moon. So anyway, the Moon card, this kind of like brings it all into focus here because the Moon card is all about things that are hidden from you. And something is, hidden from you. It's just not time for you to move forward. That's when the moon energy comes in. It's when the universe is like, okay, like you still got to work through this. You still got to, do what you got to do. It's just not time yet. But the moon will be illuminated. Something will be illuminated for you. There might be some like little missing puzzle piece that you don't know about yet that will get you to that finish line, that will get you to that chariot energy. And I feel like that information is coming to you in the near future. But in the meantime, rely on your strength, and your strength is your optimism, and your strength is your bravery. That Sun card in Leo makes me think of bravery as well. So rely on your optimism and your bravery and your ability to change. Because again, that's a wonderful strength that not a lot of people have. So anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you on my next video. All right, Group 2, Levi. Okay, Group 2. Immediately, this is so interesting because Group 1, at the center of their reading, had the Sun. You have the Strength, which those are both Leo cards. So that's very interesting. Also, Group 1 had 4 major arcanas and 1 minor, and so do you. So that's weird. If you did not watch Group 1, maybe perhaps this is a message for some of you to watch both of these groups. Do whatever you feel like, but just thought I'd point that out. That's very interesting. But anyway, also, can I just say it's not even shocking to me that humanity's strongest soldier got the Strength card, so that's cute. But anyway, let's move on. Also, this is like a soldier card too. Okay, let's get into it. So what's your greatest strength? Well, you know what I just got in my head? It's interesting. I just got that saying, when life gives you lemons, you turn it into lemonade. Like, I feel like you're that kind of person where you are, I feel like you guys are very spiritual, which the Star and the High Priestess are both very spiritual energies, very psychic energies. This in particular is very angelic. So I feel like you guys are very spiritual people. I feel like you guys definitely have psychic gifts, absolutely, and you listen to them. Because the thing is, we all have some level of psychic gifts. I believe that some people are just born stronger attuned. And then obviously some people just choose to ignore them or choose not to believe in them. But you guys definitely have a pretty good level of psychic abilities, and you choose to listen to those. So that's definitely, I think, your greatest strength. Now, because of that, like I said, I think you are the type of person that finds the good in every situation. You might, break your leg when you're just about to go on a ski trip to Aspen, and then you're just like, you find the good in that. You're like, oh, well, now I can just like relax and drink hot cocoa by the fireplace, and, I won't have to like be all out in that snow and be all cold. And, I don't know, like you just find the good in every situation because you have the Tower card. And the Tower card is all about, upheaval and a major big change and a shakeup. And a lot of times this is the energy of, something coming out of the blue, something you're not expecting. Like all of a sudden, your landlord sells your apartment complex and you got to move out in 30 days. And you're like, well, I had planned on living here for another 2 years, but okay, whatever. This just means I have the time to find a really nice place, and maybe I'll find something even better. And maybe I'll move in next to my new best friend. And I feel like you're that kind of person, not in an obnoxious way, because I just made it sound like you're really annoying, but you're not. I just think you really do find the good in every situation, no matter how shocking or, disruptive that change may be, or how out of the blue and unexpected. I feel like you guys really do find that beauty in everything and find that divine like connectivity in everything. Like you're those types of people where you can look back on your life 3 years ago and say, oh yeah, if my car hadn't have broken down on that one day, I wouldn't be where I am today 3 years later. And like you can like connect the dots and see like how all these little seemingly unrelated events had to happen in order for you to be where you are. And some of those events are not pleasant ones, they're irritating at best, but no matter what, you found the positivity in them, even in the moment. And like I said, looking back, you can see the connectivity of everything. So again, you guys are very, I feel like, spiritually and psychically attuned. You listen to that, and that's a huge strength. I mean, you have the strength card right in the middle of these two, like psychic energies. We have the High Priestess and the Star card. Star card is also miracles and blessings. So again, to me, next to the Tower and everything, same message of you find the lesson in everything. You find the beauty in everything. You find the meaning in everything. And with that strength card, that is that, inner strength, that inner power, that fortitude, patience. Again, like I don't feel like again, this is like miracles and blessings. So when you're trying to like manifest something into your life that you really want, I feel like you have that strength to detach and be patient and just allow it to come in. You might want to manifest love and it doesn't come for another year, and you're fine with that. You go and live your life, you do your thing, and you're like, whatever, it'll happen when it's meant to happen. What will be, will be. Like, you guys are so... chill isn't the right word. I don't think I can find the right word, but that's the closest to what I'm like feeling, is you guys are easy, you guys are like easy to get along with. You guys are easy to hang out with, talk to. You just have this, kind of like, again, I can't even think of the right word, but I can't even like pinpoint you guys. You guys are so like unique, which the Star card is Aquarius. So a lot of you guys might be Aquarians. Again, we've got the Leo energy as well. And then this is Pisces. But I'm definitely feeling the Aquarius and the Leo energies. But yeah, you guys just have this happy kind of, but not like even like happy-go-lucky. It's, again, it's really hard to explain, but you just have this like kind of very nice energy about you. Is the best way I can put it, because there's no words that can describe what I'm feeling right now. But yeah, you are definitely the type of people to make lemonade out of lemons. You take a negative situation and turn it into the positive. You find the beauty or the lesson or the purpose in everything. You're very psychic, very intuitive, very patient. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is the Victory card. So this is like the end of a hero's journey, which on most tarot decks, this is like a soldier coming back from battle on a horse, and people are like throwing flowers at him and celebrating and like, yay, like the war is over, or, like you're a war hero, And I mean, Levi's pretty much a war hero, so again, very fitting that he got this and the strength card. But anyway, this is like the end of the hero's journey. This is like making your dreams come true, accomplishing things, victory, hitting the jackpot. So again, I feel like you get there quite frequently, and I feel like people look at you and they're like, are you otherworldly? Like, I feel like that's like, again, very much Aquarius vibes. I feel like people feel like you're like, there's no way this person's human. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, they're very happy. They find the good in bad situations. They're always seems like the things they want are just magically popping into their lives. Like, so you guys are very in tune with your higher selves. You're very in tune with the universe. You're very psychic. And like I said, you do have that ability to find the good in every situation. So let's go ahead and grab your oracle cards. Okay. Well, first of all, we have New Moon in Leo, which is just happening in less than a week, I think, from this video going up. But anyway, happy birthday if you are a Leo. It's Leo season. Confidence is your key to success. So again, we got that Leo energy. The wand energy is fire, which is also Leo. And you do have that confidence. And I think that's where this all stems from, is I feel like you have a really healthy confidence level. It's not ego-based. It's not like fake it till you make it. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to be a douchebag and like, ugh. Like, no, you're like actually confident, and I feel like you've kind of always been like that, and that's what gets you through these tough times, is being confident in yourself and being confident in the universe. Again, very, very spiritual, very psychic energy. Then we have full moon in Capricorn. Okay, very interesting, because the full moon in Capricorn just happened, and then the next moon cycle is the new moon in Leo. Very interesting. Something magical might very well be happening for you guys around this time, because if you haven't watched my video on the new moon in Leo, maybe check that out, because I really feel like a lot of magical things are going to start happening for a lot of us collectively in Leo season. So I think you guys are very well some of those people. But anyway, this is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So again, I feel like this is saying your confidence is your key to getting through those tough cycles. Your confidence in your abilities, in your psychic abilities, in your connectivity to the universe. And that's what helps you get through tough situations and find the beauty in every situation, because you are very aware that spirit has a plan, koala spirit. Again, you guys are all about the spiritual plan. You're all about that spiritual path. You are very much connected, and you very much, can be in that positive energy, because you know that even the tough times have their purpose. That's what I say all the time, especially in private readings when people get the Tower card, is I always explain that even if this is an uncomfortable situation, if this is difficult in the moment, it's for your greater good. The Tower card looks scary on pretty much every deck. It's like terrifying looking. People like, like buildings on fire and a tree getting hit by lightning, and it always looks scary, but it's really not. Yes, the moment may be uncomfortable, it may not be ideal, it might not be great, but it's happening for your greater good, so the outcome will be wonderful. And again, you are the people that see that right away. Then we have creation. Remember, your thoughts shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become reality. So, this is very much an energy of, the law of attraction and manifesting, which, like I said, I definitely think you guys practice that and do a very good job of that. And I think, again, one of the hardest things to do for all of us is the final step of the law of attraction, which is the detachment, which is letting go and saying, okay, yeah, like if love's not going to come into my life for another year or 2 years or whatever, like that's fine. It'll happen when it happens, and you just detach and you move on. Like that's very hard for like pretty much everybody. That's the hardest step. And I feel like you guys have kind of mastered it. Then we have curiosity. Start a project related to something you're curious about. So again, this gives me very like spiritual vibes looking at this card. And I just feel like you guys are just naturally curious people, and you're very curious spiritually, because also High Priestess, again, you already have the High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So some of you might actually do that. Some of you might be tarot readers. Some of you might be into healing or Reiki or things like that. That may be what you do, or maybe yoga or meditation classes or things like that. But also this is just saying, again, you have divine knowledge. Again, you're very psychic. You're very in tune. You guys know that. That's pretty much your main like strength right there. Because then again, look at this. This is all about manifesting, being really great at manifesting, and being very psychic. Those are your greatest strengths. You got Sailor Mercury, the Magician, for your final card. So again, like I said, reiterating that message that you guys see the beauty in every situation. You know that even though this sucks, it's getting me closer to my goal. And I can easily detach and manifest what I want. So again, you guys, your strengths are definitely spiritually related. They are definitely the fact that you are very in tune, very psychic, and that you are very skilled manifestors. So anyways, that's going to do it for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. All right, group 3, Armin. All right, let's just jump right in, you guys. So immediately, as I was laying out your cards, the song by Aaliyah, the Dust Yourself Off and Try Again song, if you're a little younger, you may not know that song. I'm sure it's on YouTube, find it. But it's like the lyrics are basically like, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. That was like playing in my head. So I definitely think that you guys don't give up easily. You're very determined. That's the word. You guys are very determined individuals because let's talk about it. So this is going to get into what I was saying more so, but I want to start with these two cards first. So this is the King of Cups. I think this is most of you guys, this is kind of your personality. You might be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or have a lot of that in your charts. But this is someone who's just very empathetic, someone who's very sensitive, very in touch with their emotions, very emotionally mature, someone who's very kind and nurturing and also very intuitive and very wise. And that's where I think your strength mainly comes from, is I think you guys are very wise and also very intuitive. And those two things together help you see, okay, like, yeah, this sucks right now, but I'm going to dust myself off and try again. That kind of an energy. So the next card is that Three of Swords, which is that, heartbreak and, separation and just depression and bad times and bad things happening. And, I didn't want that to happen. And just like, a very, sad kind of energy. And so, again, I feel like you don't let that really affect you. I feel like you're in it and you're like, yes, this sucks. Didn't work out how I wanted it to. And you sit there for a second. And then you dust yourself off and try again. Forgive me, I'm going to quote that like 7 more times. But anyway, because then we go into these 3 cards, and how beautiful is this? You have the Hierophant, first of all, which this is saying to me that you guys have faith. Again, going back to that King of Cups energy and that intuition and that just wise energy that you have, you guys definitely have faith. You definitely trust in the grand scheme of things and the grand plan and the universe. You very much are in this energy, so you very much have faith, and I think that's what gets you through these hard times because of your wisdom and your belief and your faith. And then we go into the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Cups. The Ace of Swords, all aces represent new beginnings, and this one in particular, this is a moment of clarity. This is an epiphany. So this is, that you have to go through the hard times to get to the moments of clarity, to get to those epiphanies so that you can move forward and make your dreams come true. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So this is all about making your dreams come true. So I feel like you guys are very persistent, very determined, very hard workers. You don't let failure, dissuade you. A lot of people think failure is bad. A lot of people get stuck in that kind of like perfectionist tendency of, I would rather procrastinate and hold things back and wait until it's perfect. Spoiler alert, perfection doesn't exist. I'd rather do that than fail, than put myself out there and fail. Well, you guys are the exact opposite, which is really how we all should be. You don't view failure as a bad thing. You view it as a way to learn and a way to, figure out, okay, this didn't work. So now I'm going to dust myself off and try again on this different route and see how that works out. Like, I think you guys just have, again, a very mature vibe to you. I feel like a lot of you are probably like old souls and you've probably always been like this your entire life. So I definitely get that vibe of being like an old soul, being very wise, being very patient. And like I said, you're very determined. You don't give up easily. So that's wonderful. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. And then we have fixed moon, hold your vision. Well, I think those 2 cards kind of pretty much explain you perfectly, because I think you do balance the spirituality and practicality, because the thing is you do have this faith, you do believe, you do trust in the universe, but you're also determined and you're a hard worker. You do the practical. You do what needs to be done to get you where you need to go. So you're really great at balancing both the spiritual and the practical, because life is all about balance, and a lot of people find it difficult to find this balance. A lot of people are either too much in the spiritual or too much in the practical, and they don't have enough of the other one in their life. I think you guys are really great at doing that, because then we also have hold your vision, which again is that determined energy. That is that, like, I know this is going to happen. I just may have to try 7 different things before I get there. It might just take 3 years before I get there, but I'm gonna freaking get there. Like, you guys are very, very determined. And like I said, it's because you have that balance of the spiritual and the practical. You have the belief that keeps you going, but then you also have that drive within you to keep going too. So then we have Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you. So absolutely. this is a very magical feel to it. Like I said, it's that balance of the spiritual and the practical, the balance of the earth and the spiritual realm, and you being able to use both of those tools to accomplish your dreams and have your wishes come true. So yeah, absolutely, magic works through you. Then we have nature. Sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air, and remember who you are and where you want to be. Okay, so very much so, because like I said, you guys are very determined. You very much, like I said, you fail a lot. And that's not bad. That's good. We should all strive to fail more often, because failing, like I said, is how we figure out the way to succeed. So failure is not a bad thing. And again, you guys see that. And all you need is to just take a little bit of a time out. Like I said, that Three of Swords energy, I feel like you're in it and you feel it, which is also very important, because in order to heal, in order to move on from something, in order to let go, you have to be in it and you have to feel it. And I feel like you guys do that. But then you also don't wallow. You don't get stuck. You're not like, oh no, like I thought that was going to be the job I was going to get. Now what am I going to do? Like, you don't just stay in that. You don't just decide to eat Doritos and play video games all day and give up on your dreams. No, you do that for like 48 hours and then you dust the Dorito dust off yourself. Yeah, I hate Me Too. That was bad. That was stupid. Let's just move on from that. But then you get back up and you move forward again. You don't let yourself get stuck in that Three of Swords. And that's kind of what this is saying, is sometimes you just need to take a breath of fresh air, and then you remember who you are and you get going on your journey again. You wallow in self-pity for 48 hours and then you get back to the daily grind, which is wonderful. So then we have, it's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just as you are. Well, isn't that nice? But seriously, it is okay to be different, because you guys are very different. You guys, I feel like, are what a lot of us would strive to be. You know, a lot of perfectionists would love to have this vibe about them, would love to just move on and not focus on things and not get stuck on things. And you guys very much move forward. You, like I said, you take that break. You do what you need to do for that little time period where you need to just be like, oh my God, this sucks. Let me just like eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's and sit on my couch for 24 hours. And then you move forward again. So beautiful. You guys are perfectly different. You guys are amazing. Okay, so then we have bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. I mean, you guys obviously have a bright future. You have the Nine of Cups here, which is, like I said, wish fulfillment. This is, you have the drive and that balance of spirituality and practicality to co-create with the universe everything you've ever desired, and you're going to get there. You're just going to fail a bunch of times before you get there, but that's like not a big deal for you. You guys, that is your strength. The strength that you guys possess is failure, is being okay with failure. And like I said, balancing that spiritual and that practical to accomplish your dreams. So final card, you guys have Sailor Neptune, the Hanged Man. Beautiful energy. Okay, so again, the Hanged Man speaks of stasis and like not really moving forward and maybe feeling a little bit stuck. Again, you guys allow this energy to come in, do its thing, and then you move on. Most people get stuck in this energy. Most people are just like, I'm going to chill in the Hanged Man, and I'm going to do nothing for the next 6 months because I'm depressed and because that thing didn't work out, so nothing's going to work out. You guys don't do that. You use the Hanged Man to your advantage. Your Hanged Man is, like I said, that like 48 hours where you just chill and you recollect yourself and you mourn the loss of whatever didn't happen or whatever went, quote unquote wrong. And then you get back up and you keep going again. So you guys use that Hanged Man energy to your advantage. And last time, I swear to God, because this is the end of your reading, you dust yourself off and try again. Also, it's a great song, so if you don't know it, please go listen to it. But anyways, that's going to do it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Alright you guys, that is going to do it for me and my Attack on Titan themed tarot reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!